What's good, peeps? Thanks always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the videos. Thank you to everyone that does continue to do that. Much appreciated. You can also support the channel as well. I do have a Patreon account. The link is in the description. All right, so Daniel Dubois gets the job done early as expected. Second round stoppage over Kyotaro Fujimoto. In doing so, he does become the WBC silver heavyweight champ. So he is climbing up the rankings in his governing bodies. So a world title shot. I know it still sounds far-fetched for 2020, but when you look at where he is in the governing bodies, he's not super far away. He's not super far away. All it takes is this person to lose and that person to win, and he could jump up a bit more. So as much as I don't think he will get a world title shot in 2020, I think we are really looking 2021. I wouldn't be shocked if something crazy like that were to happen at the back end of the year. Wouldn't shock me. Would shock me, actually. It would shock me. I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, Daniel Dubois gets the job done. Again, no surprises. I said it would be a first-round KO. I think it could have been a first-round KO. I'd like to see how many people place bets on a second-round KO because he could have got the job done whenever he wanted in that fight. But we didn't really learn anything from it, apart from the fact that Daniel Dubois has had a good year. 5 wins, 5 fights, 5 knockouts. Young British Fighter of the Year. My British Prospect of the Year, alongside Joe Cordina. So it's been a solid year for Daniel Dubois. When he does punch, he really does punch with bad intentions, doesn't he? I mean, that's probably a silly statement because most people do, but Daniel Dubois looks like he wants to try and kill you when he hits you. It's he puts everything into his punches. I'm talking maximum force. There is no 78%, no, 100% force into those punches. So his punch power is clearly going to be a problem for anyone, I guess, when he does step up a level. I do need to know if this punch power was real. And I know that might sound silly, but what I mean by that is I think, and I've said this before, I think any good prospect coming up, any good prospect will knock over the guys Daniel Dubois is knocking over. Like any good prospect will knock over Fujimotos and Latis and Tetes and Gormans. I need to see him against someone in the top 20. I need to see him dent someone in the top 20, and then I'll know this power's real. For now, I'm going to kind of reserve judgment a little bit. I know everyone's saying it's scary power and it's kind of like Mike Tyson because of the age thing, but I need to see him against someone in the top 20 for me to know this power is legitimate. If it is legitimate, then we might have something special here. Because, I mean, again, his boxing's underrated. But again, this is the questions, right? I mean, I think his boxing does look better, but who is he boxing? So again, we need to see him step up to those guys in the top 20, and then we can start getting excited. For me, he's still a good prospect. I did have him as my prospect of the year. I would like to see him against Joe Joyce. That's a fight that can be made. Both of them are promoted by the same person in Frank Warren. Joe Joyce has got this fight with Marco Huck coming up for the European heavyweight strap. He'll beat Marco Huck, and then good fight, right? And for Daniel Dubois, that's the progression, Europeans. I don't know who I'd favour in that fight. I don't know. I think both obviously can hit. Joe Joyce is supposed to be the better boxer, but I think Daniel Dubois is a better mover, and that's saying something because I don't think Daniel Dubois can move good, but Joe Joyce, stiff, isn't he? So I probably would favour Dubois in that fight. Good fight. Good fight, that one. So hopefully that fight can happen. If not, then you guys know the names I've been reading out already. People have said names like Dave Allen. Don't want to see that. I think Dubois would crush him to pieces. Don't want to see that fight. I want to see a fight against someone that can actually stand up for a few rounds. Dave Allen will try and fight Dubois and he'll get knocked out brutally. So I mentioned the Molina types of the world. Gerald Washington would be a good one. Risky fight, that. And then at the end of the year, if it's not a world title, and depending upon how he progresses, someone like a Carlos Takam would be good. But again, we wait to see. But good year for Daniel Dubois, 5 from 5. Don't get too excited, people. These are 5 from 5 that I expected. I know people thought the Gorman fight was 50-50. Maybe so, but the rest were all expected. But, I mean, you can only beat what's put in front of you. And he's not beating them. He is destroying them. He's destroying them. I like Daniel Dubois. I mean, I don't like the sparring stories. I don't like that crap. But apart from that, I like it. I think we're starting to see a bit of his personality a bit. Again, not everyone can be Tyson Fury. Not everyone can have that kind of crazy personality, but I think we're starting to see a bit of it. And don't know. I think Frank Warren might have something here. Because again, we know he can punch. And that's what you need. That's all you need really in the heavyweight division. But he can box as well. And he can take a punch. That's something that needs to be added to it as well. I think it was, I don't know who it was, Lati or Tete, who they went kind of toe-to-toe, and he was getting hit with a couple and he just stood in the pocket and traded. He can take a punch as well. So if he can take a punch, he can land a punch, he can box a bit. He's still only a kid. 5 from 5 in 2019. Good year. Good year. Peace.